James Harden is perhaps the best isolation scorer today. Sure, there are plenty of scorers today that can take on most defenders one-on-one and score on them most of the time. Guys like Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, Jayson Tatum, and Donovan Mitchell fall into this category. They will score on you most of the time. The difference between that tier and Harden's tier, though, was that Harden had this air of inevitability around him. When he has the ball, you're just waiting for him to make the shot, no matter what shot he takes. But before we continue, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more interesting video. It takes a lot of big brain tactics to be a high-level scorer and playmake at that level that James Harden does. Let's look at times when Harden used that big wrinkly brain of his to execute some insane plays in his career. First off, we have this beautiful pass during a game against the Chicago Bulls. Aside from his isolation score, Harden is also a monster at running the pick and roll. He has the strength to finish through contact at the rim, the ability to hit threes off a screen, and the passing IQ and chops to get it to any open man. And as this clip shows, he can give it to anyone in any way possible. Facing a soft double after coming off the screen, Harden exploits a minor late recovery to whip this incredibly behind-the-back dime to Isaiah Hartenstein for the easy finish. It shows how crafty Harden can be and how willing he is to throw hard passes for easy buckets. This is another pass showing that Harden always had this vision and ability to distribute, even more than 5 years ago. Stuck in traffic inside the paint, it looks like Harden has no choice but to either A, kick it back outside and reset the offense for a better look, or B, force a contested shot and hope it goes in. But when you're a player as good as the Beard, you can, and you will, create a new option out of thin air. Instead of doing A or B, he makes a new option, C, pass it between the legs of your opponent to an open big man underneath.
Harden got a nice pass.
Even back then, Harden has always had a penchant for making flashy plays. When you think of James Harden, you think of that slow, hypnotic size up, leading you to believe that he's a slow player. He wasn't as athletic as his old teammate Russell Westbrook, but he certainly has the agility and the balance to make plays in the air. After a nasty crossover, Harden builds up steam and goes downhill looking to score. However, Jan Monhimi, who's guarding Dwight Howard down low, comes to protect the paint. Instead of forcing a bad shot against a decent shot blocker, Harden goes up and crashes into Monhimi, twisting his body to protect the ball. He then throws it behind his head to Howard, effectively running a handoff play mid-air and giving Dwight an easy shot. Now, isn't this a nice change from the new but still 1000 IQ starts Harden has at the rim? When James Harden arrived at Brooklyn this season, the expectation was that Harden would be the primary playmaker of the team. Kyrie Irving is a point guard, but he's more geared into scoring. Harden, having run an offensive solo for more years, has more experience and would likely defer the most shots. And this play shows exactly why he has that reputation. With the game on the line, Harden is entrusted with inbounding the ball. After scanning the near area, he finds no one, but spots a leaking Jeff Green with no one near him. He immediately throws a quarterback pass that Peyton Manning would be proud of and gives the ball to Green for the and-one play. That precision and the strength to throw the pass is a microcosm of Harden's passing game. Okay, enough passing talk. Let's talk about Harden's isolation scoring. Up against Enes Kanter, a notoriously bad perimeter defender, or defender in general, Harden gets to work. He first sizes up Kanter, looking at his tendencies. He then goes into a crossover, sending his defender running to compensate. He then does a step-back move, fully aware of how dangerous and accurate he is, to get Kanter in the air one last time before crossing back into an open lane for an easy finish. Those little manipulations and feints are what makes Harden such a potent scorer. He knows that you know that a step back is coming, and he can leverage that fear into an easier bucket for himself. Do you want to know just how big, wrinkly, and fat James Harden's brain is? Just watch this next play from him. He's so smart, so 1000 IQ, he doesn't even need to look at play defense. On a fast break play, DeMar DeRozan had an open path to the lane. Harden was chasing, seemingly disinterested, but it was all a ruse. At his opponent's moment of complacency, Harden lunged with his arm without looking, stopping the fast break and making sure that the ball hits DeRozan to get possession. Just marvel at his talent, his superior IQ against us peasants. There's no wonder why he doesn't give any effort on defense. If he did, the league would crumble beneath his massive IQ. In OKC, Harden was a six-man in the purest sense, an electrifying scoring and playmaking combo guard that can create offense out of nothing. And at this point, he was also a decent on defense. After an intercepted pass, the ball was quickly headed out of bounds. Harden, quick on his feet as always, whipped an accurate behind-the-back pass to Westbrook, who was already streaking for the fast break. Harden then hustled back to get the pass and the jam to finish the play. This was six-man Harden showing some glimpses of what he could become if he was given the ultimate green light. One common knock against the Beard is his lack of involvement if he doesn't have the ball. Today, Harden, after giving up the ball, would stand around and wait for the play to reset or finish, as opposed to Curry, who moves around a lot. However, that wasn't always the case. This is a textbook usage of the back cut to generate easy offense. The play was certainly for Harden to curl up and get a handoff, but seeing that Danny Green was anticipating that, Harden deviated. Instead, he back cut and threw it over Aaron Baines for an easy bucket. It would tire Harden out more, who was already tasked with carrying a massive load on offense.
Oh! You can drop the sledgehammer anytime you want!
Harden's handles are unparalleled. Unlike Kyrie Irving or Allen Iverson's crossover, Harden keeps the ball tight to himself, using subtle feints and clever ball manipulation to evade the prying hands of the defense. On the fast break, Harden is swarmed by multiple defenders. Ever the savvy guy when it comes to handles, he does a between the legs from behind him to evade defenders, then steps through and uses his offhand for a clean finish.
Here comes Harden in the open court. Harden behind the back, takes it to the middle. Oh! What a...
And of course, Harden's most iconic play, and perhaps the coldest ankle breaker of all time. Against Wesley Johnson, Harden sizes him up, then heads right. Noticing that Johnson has a little case of twinkly toes, he stops on a dime and pulls back for a three. Johnson was thrown so off guard, Harden had time to look and gesture to him as if to say, "That's it?" The three ball was icing on the cake. Was there anything we missed? If you like the content, please consider subscribing to our channel. Let us know what your thoughts are by leaving a comment down below as well. We will see you again soon with something new, so you can click that bell icon to get notified in the future. Till then, see ya!